Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, this last Monday of June. Lovely sunny day that we have today. And today for our practice, we're going to go back to the basics. So, whether you're newer to yoga or even if you've been practicing a long time, it's good to kind of return to some of the basic poses. Our Virabhadrasana 1, 2, our reverse warrior, so warrior 1, warrior 2, high lunge or crescent pose, and just kind of make sure we're in the right form, settle in, spend some time there, just to kind of give ourselves a little check-in. So today we're going to give ourselves a nice warm-up, revisit some of those, and then bring it back down to the floor. So have your mat and a couple of blocks handy at the ready, and let's get to it. To the mat. All right, let's start seated today so we can get our spine, ourselves nice and stretched out and warmed up nicely before we get all the way to standing. So take a comfortably seated position and let's do a little breathing. Inhale, bring the arms up. And on the exhale, press them back down. Inhale, find length in the spine. And on the exhale, maintain that length. Breathe into the belly. Pull the breath up. Exhale, back down. One more time. And let's stretch out the sides. Inhale, bring that right arm up. Exhale back to center, and then the left. And as we do this, we don't want to dump into our bending side. We want to keep that side long as well. So reaching up, lengthening, pressing down through the sits bones, in this case on the left side. And then with the breath over to the right. Trying to find length through both sides of our spine as we do this. Only bend, stretch as far as you can, where you are able to get a nice, full, deep breath in. Now we're going to do each side one more time, but we're going to hold it, hold the stretch, hold that length when you find it. Remember, it's not just, in this case, the right side we're lengthening. We want to be long through the left side, not just here. Rising up out of the bowl that is our pelvis. Exhale back to center. And let's go over and stretch the left. Right. And exhale back to center. Then give your hands a rest on the knees. We're going to do a little Twisting. We're going to do some spine circles. So we're going to come forward, rotate around, leading with the chest as we're coming forward. There we are in the squeaky spot on the floor again. More like creaky spot. Let's get one more time in this direction. Just go over, and I'll go the other way. There we go, that's a little better. One more time. And bring it back up to center. And let's place the right hand behind us at the base of the spine, up tall. Inhale, lengthen that left arm up, get that length in your spine. Now on the exhale, maintain the length as we twist. Roll the shoulder open on the right, left hand outside of the right knee. Release back to center. We'll take the left hand behind us at the base of the spine. Up tall. Inhale, lengthen. Excuse me. Right arm up. Right arm up. And exhale. Twisting to our left. And release back to center. And now let's take it to all fours to a quadruped or tabletop position. So, hands under the shoulders. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Knees under the hips. We're going to do a little cat and cow. So as we inhale, belly drops down. Lift the chin. Lift through the sternum. And then as we exhale, pull the belly in, press up, moving with the breath. And on this inhale, return back to center. Flip the toes under if they weren't already. And then just going to give the knees a little lift. Start to activate and with the core musculature. Know that it's about time to start working. Let's give it a little stimulation. Knees down. Then we're going to press the hips back only so far before you hit the point where the tailbone turns under. We don't want that. We want to maintain length right from our hip joint right up through the crown of the head. And come back up. Lift those knees again. If it's too much, just keep it right in tabletop. Only do what you can. Knees down. Press the hips back again. Bring it back up to center. And then we're just going to slide the right foot back. Straighten that right knee. Engage and activate the quadriceps on that right leg. You should start to feel a little more activation in your right side abdominals as we start to stabilize for the fact that we're a little less supported on our right side. And then if it feels appropriate for you, you can give it a little lift. Give it a lift without dumping into your left hip, into your left side. Your right abdominals, obliques should be really firing now. Keep you nice and level. As if that foot, that right foot and knee never left the floor. Bring that knee back down. And then let's slide the left one back. Find our center here. And then if it feels appropriate, as you're ready, willing, and able, give it a little lift. Bring it back down. And then we're just going to do the arms. Start to walk that right one forward. Like if you feel like this is challenging enough, you can keep that right arm down. If you're ready, bring it forward. Same concept as with the legs. You don't want to dip or lean into your opposite side. It should be like that hand never left the floor. And let's bring an arm down. Begin to walk the left one forward. And then as you're ready, willing, and able, lengthen it up. You should also note you don't want to be sinking down into your joints here either. You're actively pressing into the floor, pressing the floor away. We don't want to be hanging out on our ligaments. That's not what they're for. Nope. Bring that hand back down. And then we're just going to take it all the way to the floor. Hands under the shoulders. Belly button hypothetically off the mat, so it's pulled in. We're going to inhale, lift the head and chest. We want to lift and lengthen, so we're lifting forward and up so that we're not just, coming back and cranking back on our vertebrae and discs. We want to maintain that space in the discs while also getting a nice little massage. And release down. Bring yourself back up to all fours. Flip the toes under, and now we're going to start to take it to down dog. So lift the knees, begin to press the hips back, but keep the bend in the knees. Let the torso and the thighs come together. You want length from the crown of your head to your tailbone or through that hip joint. So we want to make sure we have good alignment here. Your ears, your head should be right between your triceps. Not here, not here. Right, nicely in line. Just start to press back as it feels comfortable. Stay within your own personal limits. And that will vary day to day. It's just how the body works. All right. That's as good as I'm going to get today. On an exhale, we're going to shift forward to plank. Inhale here. And on the exhale, press right back to our down dog again. We're going to do that moving with the breath. Inhaling in the pose. And exhaling, transitioning to the next one. One more time. And we'll end in our down dog. Let's bend the left knee, press down through that right heel. Bend the left, right, press down through the left. Bend the left, press the right again. And one more time with the left. And press both. And then we're going to look up. We're going to walk our feet to our hands. To a forward fold. You can have your knees and thighs touching right now. I'm so pretty tight in the hammies, so I get better alignment here. So that's how I'm going to take this today. You can even use your blocks. Really start to straighten out. That gives me a better position. Then from here, you can let yourself, in this instance, just kind of hang down. And we're going to roll up very gently, one vertebrae at a time. Okay. All right. Let's get to it. Let's inhale the arms up while we bend to it. And then on the exhale, Ardha Uttanasana, or half forward fold. So we come down so that we are nice and lined up, crown of our head through that hip joint. Abdominal muscles are engaged. Inhale, hinge right back up. Exhale, bring those arms down to the sides. We start to feel a little bit taller. Bring the arms back up on an inhale. And as we exhale, we'll come all the way down to Uttanasana, or our full forward fold round. For me, that's not much farther than Ardha Uttanasana, the half forward bend. So if I try to go to the floor, this is what happens, and I've lost the integrity of the pose. I've lost the support in the spine. Level it back out so I got that nice alignment. This is a good time to check in. Are you being honest with yourself about your form and your abilities and where you're at? I need that check-in too once in a while. Alright, first dive, hinge right back up. Step my right foot out wide. I'm going to do a nice wide-legged standing forward bend. I'm going to turn my toes in a little bit. I like to do it that way. In this case, you can tune your toes in two, or you can keep them right lined up with each other. Whatever feels best at this moment. We're going to place the hands on our sacrum. Elbows back. Inhale, lengthen the tailbone down, lifting through the sternum. And on the exhale, nice hinge, leading with the chest down into our bend. Now you can place your hands on the floor, on some blocks. You can fold your arms, hands down, fingertips in towards you. If you're really tight through your wrists, forearms, and shoulders, this is a great way to start to open up and stretch. Or you can do a mix of all of those things. You want to do a little side to side stretching, swaying. You can do that. If it feels appropriate for you right now, if that doesn't feel like that's going to be safe or that's not going to feel good, just keep it right in the forward bend. All right, now we're going to take a little walk over to the right ankle. And over to the left. Back to the right. And one more time to the left. And back to center. Walk the feet in a little bit. Give it a bend. Bring yourself right back up. Let's step it right back to the front of our mat. Just my shorts. All right, now we're going to come into crescent pose or high lunge, depending on what you've heard of it referred to. I'm going to take an inhale, step my left foot back, the heel is up, right knee, right ankle are lined up, right over each other. Find your center here. You can start with your hands on your hips. Engage that back left quadricep, so we're straightening that knee. Quadriceps engaged, you're pressing down through the heel. It's not going to touch, but that's the action we're going for. And if you feel stable enough, left arm up, and then the right arm. We don't want to jut the ribs out here. We're lifting. Nice alignment. And on an exhale, I'm going to bring it right back to standing. Now you might have to step, step, step. That's okay. Now let's do the other side. Inhale, right foot goes back. Find your center. Find your base of support. If it feels better, you don't have to have, your right foot right behind the left one. If you feel a little unstable, widen your base of support. Go where it feels appropriate for you. It doesn't have to be right lined up. If this is newer for you, a little more challenging, step that back foot out a little bit wider. And then as you're ready, right arm up, and then the left. Settling in, sinking down as much as is comfortable. If it's not, if up here is challenging enough, then an exhale, get right back to standing. So there's our crescent pose, our high lunge. Now let's go to warrior two. So we'll inhale, stepping the left foot back. This time the heel goes down. It pivots out a little bit. Right one stays put, or our foot pivots out. Sinking down into it. Much the same way as we just were. And we're going to bring that left arm behind us. Right arm forward. And then sink into it as much as is comfortable, whether that's here or here. Make sure that right front knee is tracking and facing forward. It might have a tendency to want to cave in. Don't let that happen. We're going to bring it forward. Let that back heel pivot up. Back to the front of our mat. And then we'll take the right one back. Right arm. left arm. Make sure that knee stays forward. Opening our hips up here. Quadriceps on this right leg are engaged because we're straightening the knee, pressing down through the foot. And start to bring it up. Back to the front of our mat. We're going through each of these one by one, and then we're going to put them together in a little bit of a flow. So this way we can check in, center ourselves, figure out where we need to be, how it goes, and then we'll put it together a little bit more. All right, now let's come into reverse warrior. So left foot goes back again, heel down, foot pivoted in a little bit, come into that knee bend, into that lunge stance. Left hand starts to slide down the back of the leg as the right arm lengthens up. So just like when we started our spine stretches and we were seated and we're stretching our sides, we don't want to dump into our left side here. We want to keep the left side long and keep the right side long. Best of our ability. You might be getting a really deep stretch through the sides, through the low back. I like to call that getting your pelvis out of your armpit. And we'll start to bring it up and walk it on back. All right, let's do the right side. Right foot comes back. Find our center and our stance here. Man, I'm pretty burpy today. Right arm slides down. Left one lengthens up. Remember, we want to be long on the right side and the left side, so we don't want to dump back. Lengthen on the inhale and settle in on the exhale. And we'll start to come up. Walk it back to the front of our mat. Then we're going to take triangle pose. And then we'll put them all together. That's what we'll keep as our basics for now, I think. All right. Left foot goes back. We're going to straighten our right knee. Hands on the hips. Now, some of us might want to block handy or a couple blocks, so this is a good time to place it where you might need it. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the tailbone down. And on our exhale, we start to send that right hip back as we start to spill over the pelvis, still long in our sides, right lower ribs rotating up to the ceiling as we open our chest. If your chest is open here and you're nice and open, you can raise your left arm up. If not, or if that's not comfortable, just keep it right here at your side. Use your block if you need it. Remember, we want to have length on both sides, right and left. we'll start to give that knee a little bend. Then bring it right back up. And we'll come to the other side. Right foot goes back. Straighten the legs out. Hands on the hips. Inhale, lengthening the tailbone down, lifting up through the spine. And on the exhale, we maintain that length. Start to send that left hip crease back. Left lower ribs rotating up, maintaining length on our left side and our right side. Now you could be like me, and one side you might not get as far as the other. This is certainly the case for me. I get a lot farther on my right side or my left side than I do here on my right, and that's okay. So to give a little bend, bring ourselves back up. And now we're going to put it together. We'll hold each pose, each asana, that's technically what they are called, for a few breaths before moving to the next one. So we're going to start with our high lunge. Let's inhale, step the left foot back, arms up or at your side. Okay, we're going to take warrior two. So we pivot that left heel down, open the arms, make sure that right front knee stays facing forward. Then we're going to inhale, dipping back to our reverse oar. Remember, keep the length on the right side and on the left side. Don't just dump back. Exhale, bring it back up. As we do that, we straighten that right front knee. Maybe walk the back heel in a little bit. Hands on the hips. Inhale, lengthening. And on the exhale, we start to spill over into our triangle. And on an exhale, hinge back up. And walk that foot right back to the front of the mat. There's our little series. Now let's do the other side. Inhale, right foot goes back. Arms up if it's comfortable. Be strong and long. So we're going to exhale. Right heel pivots down. Open the warrior two. Now let's inhale, dipping back, staying long into our reverse warrior. Exhale, bring it up, straighten things out, adjust if you need to. Hands on the hips, inhale, lengthening, and exhale, maintain that length so you start to spill over the pelvis into our triangle on this side. And exhale, bring yourself back up. And right back to the front of our mat. Let's do a little releasing counter pose. Inhale, bring the arms up, lengthen the tailbone down. And on the exhale, nice hinge to either Uttanasana or Ardha Uttanasana, whichever feels right for you right now. So forward fold or half forward fold. I'm choosing the Ardha Uttanasana option or half forward fold. Don't let your hips sit back. And then just let your knees bend so that your torso and your thighs connect. And just let your upper body relax down. Let's press it right back up. Now, let's take it to the floor. Take it to seated. Let's take cobbler's pose or Baddha Konasana, round angle. So soles of the feet together. Your knees come out to the side. Make sure we have that spinal alignment. This is not spinal alignment. This is where we want to be. Give your knees a little wiggle. Help loosen things up a little bit more. Stimulate things to release and to relax. Let that tension out so that you can move the way you need to. Then if you're able and if you'd like to, you can start to hinge forward. I don't get very far, but maybe others of you out there can go a little further. Now bring it back up and take the right foot out. We'll keep the left one in. Recenter yourself. Maybe roll that thigh inward. Keep the toes pointing up. Knee stays down. It's easier to see from this way. We're going to inhale. Bring the arms up, lengthening the spine. And on the exhale, we maintain that length as we hinge towards our toes. Now, you might not reach the toes because if reaching the toes means you round it over and you look like this, that's not sustainable. that spinal alignment. Hook a strap around your foot or a towel if that helps. Or just grab onto your shin, ankle. Let's wiggle the toes around a little bit here. Wiggle the ankle. That always feels nice. Bring it back up. Good. Inhale the arms up. And on the exhale, this time, right to right, reaching up and over with the left. Make sure you're rooting down to the left sits bones, the left side. Don't let that left knee come with you. Do your best to keep it down. Bring it right back up, and then let's switch. The left one goes out, right one comes in. All right. Inhale the arms up, find that spinal length. And then exhale, hinge towards the left. Spine long. This isn't long. This is long. Your spine will thank you later. Your whole body will thank you later. Bring it back up. Inhale, the arms up again. And on the exhale, left to left, up and over with the right, maintaining length to the right side, the left side. Keep that right knee down. In other words, you don't want it to come up with us. Bring it on back up. And let's roll it on back to the floor. Let's just start. Let's hug the knees into the chest. You can rock side to side a little bit. All right, then we'll place left foot down, right foot on the left thigh. Keep that right ankle flexed. We don't want it to get sloppy or else we put unnecessary torque into the ankle and also into the knee joint. And then we also lose the integrity of the stretch. So we're here, and maybe this is enough for you. You can leave it right here. If you want to go a little further, grab underneath that left knee, pull it in towards you. Head and shoulders stay in contact with the mat. Release. You're keeping that side just as it is. Bring your arms out to the side. Inhale, rock down to the left. And on the exhale, right back up to center with the breath. Inhaling, rocking down, Doing your best to keep that knee pointing up to the sky. Pointing up. One more time. And let's switch. Left foot on the right thigh. Left ankle remains flexed. We don't want to be sloppy. And if we can, grab hold under that right knee, pulling it in towards you as much as is comfortable. And we'll release our grip. Bring that right foot down, arms out to the sides, and we'll do our little rocking down. Inhale down. Exhale back to center with the breath. Two more times. And then release. Extend the left leg out on the floor, knee stays down, toes stay pointing up. Let's pull the right knee into our chest, head and shoulders. Stay down. Extend that right foot up towards the ceiling to the best of your ability. Let's rotate the ankle clockwise. Counterclockwise. And then let's point the toes. Press the heel. Splay the toes here if you can do it. Really deepen that stretch. Point. And press. Slowly start to lower that leg back down to the floor. And let's bring the left knee into the chest. And we'll extend it out to the ceiling. Rotate the ankle clockwise. Counterclockwise. And point the toes. press the heel, splay the toes if you can. Point and press. Lower that leg back down to the floor. And we're going to bring the right knee back up. Left hand outside edge of the right knee. Right hand out to the side. And we're going to take that right knee, gently guide it over to our left side. Gentle little twist. Bring that knee back up to center and over towards your right armpit, shoulder a little bit, give little circles. And release. Take the left one up, right hand outside the left knee, left arm out to the side. Gently guide that left knee over to the right. And we'll bring that left hand over towards the left armpit and shoulder. And let it extend out to meet the right one. Bring your heels together. And let your feet fall out to the side. Arms overhead. Interlace the fingers. With a nice big deep inhale. Gathering up all your tension. Flex all your muscles. Make a face. Hold it. Hold everything. Exhale. Release. Let it all go. Bring your arms to the side. Shoulder blades turned under. And take Shavasana. And if you'd like, you can roll over onto your right or left side to the fetal pose. And press yourself back up to seated, just like where we started. Nice and tall, long spine. Inhale and lengthen one more time. And exhale to the heart center. Namaste. Now you may go and share your relaxed and enlightened selves with the world. Bring on the week. So that was our little back to basics review, revisit, check-in today. So some simple two-leg supported standing poses, and then maybe Wednesday we'll do some nice balancing poses, basic balancing things. We haven't done that in a while, so it's always kind of good to go back and revisit things. So if you have suggestions or anything you'd like to see or do, send them my way so that we can do that. Until then, have a good day.